My book is called The Watcher's Last Stop. This book is about a 13-year-old boy named David Moore. David lost his dad 6 months ago. David's dad told his wife and David that he was going to the store, but never returned since then. This was a very tragic and upsetting moment for them. Ever since his dad never showed up, David has been having hallucinations about him everywhere he attends to. David hasn't told anyone except his best friend Heather. David thought that Heather wouldn't tell anyone, but she let him down. David and Heather have been looking everywhere for David's father until they found where his best friend lives. His name was Philbert and he knows a place where David's father calls home. When they heard about this, they bursted into joy. Suddenly they found his father in an abandoned subway station. He was here because he was chasing a thief named Anders. They crossed over while he was chasing Anders, then once he was on the other side he didn't know what to do, so he stayed there. The reason he really stayed there was because he was waiting for Anders to come out or get homesick so that he can handcuff Anders. So after all this happened, David's father went back home to his family and everything has been the best since then.
Hi, I'm from the Union Beach News. Would it be okay if I ask you some question? Yes, that would be perfectly fine. Okay, how long ago did your father leave? And how did you feel when he left? My father left 6 months ago. He was going shopping and he never returned since then. This was a very tragic and upsetting event that has happened in mine and my mother's life. Ever since my father left, I have been having hallucinations and dreams about him. Okay, where was your father really? Who led you to finding your father? My father was in an abandoned subway station. The reason he was in this subway station was because he was trying to capture Anders because he was a thief. He didn't know what to do, so he stayed there waiting for Anders to reveal himself and let him put handcuffs on Anders. The person who led me to finding my father was his friend named Philbert. When I told him about my situation, he told me that he knows a place where my dad could be. So we went where he told us to go and luckily he was there. Okay, was the months without your dad normal? The months without having my father were not normal. It was horrible without having my father right by my side because I could not get a ride home from school in the squad car, so I would have to ride the dirty subrail. The subrail isn't a thing you would see a boy like me riding. And for some reason there is always dirty and smelly people on there. But no, the months without my father were not good whatsoever. What did you do to find your father? Well, first, my father was a public guardian, or also known as pugs. So a lot of people knew my dad or known what he looks like. My dad was posted on TV and for whoever spotted him there was a reward. Tons of people claimed they found him, but it wasn't accurate. My mother Eve called up the PUGS to look for him. I often have to go on local TV to talk about my dad and to answer these unneeded questions. Have you ever thought you seen your father? Yes, I thought I seen him many times. Everywhere I go I think I see him. When I do this I get all excited and my heart starts pumping, but it's never him. This gets me so upset and angry because I want my dad to return home. I often have dreams of my dad entering my room and me and him playing together on the lawn. Now you can tell that me and my mother really want my father to return back home to his family. My book is called The Watcher's Last Stop. This was a very interesting book because you do not know what happens next. There was a ton of detail in this book because it tells exactly how the David and his mother feel, where it takes place, and it tells the conflict very clearly. I would prefer this book for someone who like books that you do not know what is gonna happen next. I am definitely looking forward to reading another one of Peter Lorenz's books.